Okay, hi, welcome back, part 3. I'm back from the trip. Hell yeah. Took a few days off. I am exhausted, so that's great. That's always fun. But I mean, to be honest, I don't remember the last time I didn't feel exhausted. Don't we all feel that way lately? I feel like that's the general consensus of our generation. We're just tired all day, every day. Which is kind of sad, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. Okay, let's see. Milk. Popsicle thing. Hot. And 3. Last time, I noticed that the only thing that I actually need to be careful about is the milk frothing. Like the coffee stops automatically, it seems. I still need to actually test it out, deliberately test it out, but that seems to be the case, which is very good, very nice. I still don't have any specials, which is obviously not good. But I mean, what can I do? I'm trying my best and they just don't appreciate it. Those customers. Gosh darn them. Okay, city on 2. There we go. Ooh, dead center. Oh, I forgot to check, goddamn. I mean, it stopped. I saw it stop. I saw that it stopped. So my hypothesis is correct, I think. Hopefully it is. That would make things easier, better. Okay, now the coffee. I don't know if I said this, but I mean, I did say that I went on trip, but I didn't say where or for what. Okay, it did stop. Oh, it did stop. Oh, good. Okay, great. So I talked about this before, but I got the test results of the university exam thing, which weren't the best, and basically the only actual kind of good university that I can apply to, I mean, there's only one, and it's in a different prefecture than where I live now. Oh, perfect. Oh my goodness, I am so proud of myself. It's in a different prefecture, so which I feel very conflicted about, because I grew to really love living here in Kansai in general and in Osaka more specifically. I really love the people here. I love the city, even though it's fucking huge, over 1 million people in a single city. Just the idea of that scares me so much, but I really grew to love it, and I love this place. And I mean, I really love the Kansai dialect too. I know it's a stupid reason to choose where to go to university to, the dialect. I get that it's kind of stupid, but at the same time, I really do love it, and I do feel very sad over the idea of not being able to learn it anymore. Because even if I obviously know some of it now, I still don't speak in it very fluently or very naturally, and if I'll move to a different place, I'll obviously forget it, which is very sad for me. Oh wait, I have the alarm, right? So I don't want to leave, but at the same time, it really is the last option. This year at least, right? So I just kind of went on a trip on a few days just to see the city. I even went to the actual university and like the department, and I even talked to a few students there. Although it was it was such a weird situation, because I just entered the building and I like just talked to the first person that I saw, and like I told them that I came just to see kind of how's the university and how's the department and everything. And he was so flustered because like what I said verbatim is that I wanted to see what projects the students were working on, because that would tell me in the most clear way, in the most straightforward way, what the university teaches and what the university, expects of the students, right? And looking at that, I would know if the motif, if the curriculum of the university fits what I'm searching. Because unlike, I don't know, things like computer science or math or, I don't know, business or whatever, architecture can be very, very different, depends on where you study. Like some universities take it as more of an artistic subject, which I agree with. Architecture is art. It is. It's a fact. But at the same time, you can also look at it from a very technical standpoint, which I also agree with that. Like my thinking, the way my brain works is that I can be very artistic, and I can be very like calculating at the same time. Like my brain works in both of the ways. Since I was young, I've always another perfect. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Since I was young, I've always liked both arts and drawing and just, I don't know, designing and all of that. But also at the same time, I do love math and physics, and I'm good at them. Like, I'm not a fucking genius. Like, one of my cousins is way better than me in math. He even went to study math in university. Which I'm always asking him, like, what are you gonna do with that after you graduate, right? What people do with a math degree. But yeah, I'm not a genius, but I am like relatively good at those subjects, and I love them. So for me, like, the perfect idea of architecture for me is having that balance between the artistic aspect of it and the more technical aspect. And the university that I went to, where I grew up, they took architecture in a very, very artistic form. Like, to the point that the requirements of students to know physics and maths were below high school level. Like, I got into university, and all of the maths and physics classes that we had were things that, like, subjects that I already knew, and even below that. Like, it was high school level at best, and on the second year too. It like not on the first year, in the first year. Which was part of the reason I left and like kind of decided to pursue my dream of studying in Japan in the first place. So yeah, like what I really wanted to do was see the projects that students work on, and now is like a really good time in the year because the semester and the year is about to end, like in 2 months, or even less than 2 months, something like that. So everyone's actually working on the final projects after they've learned and suffered the entire year. But they didn't really get me. I don't know, maybe things are different from the university that I attended, but they didn't really get what I wanted, I think. Or maybe it is just different. I really don't know. But eventually there came a point where I was just standing there and I was surrounded... What am I searching? Okay. And I was surrounded by four men, 3 Japanese, one foreigner, which is a good sign that they had a foreigner student, which means I do have the chance, I guess, to get into there. It's not completely unrealistic. But I just stood there and like around me stood 4 men and they just looked at me and were kind of like thinking what to do with me. Because they had a class that was about to start. And they even like suggested the idea of me attending the class and just seeing how the class is. But they weren't sure if the professor would be okay with that. And just, yeah, it was a whole thing. Like eventually just one of them, the foreigner guy, just showed me, like introduced me to one of his friends on a different floor, and that guy kind of like just explained to me what his group, I think, are working on, which was completely different from what I want to do in architecture. But at least it did give me kind of an idea how things work in that university, in that department. Even though again, I would never do what he does. It just really is not for me. Like they do more of a, I don't know, socialistic, like a social aspect of architecture, which can be cool. But it really is not for me. But yeah, aside from seeing the actual university, which looks nice, again, compared to the university that I went to, the architecture school, like the building for the department, was like 1,000,000 times better. Like it was so good. And it looks like the university actually cares about that department. The university that I attended, the building for the architecture department was so old and it was so unfitting for an architecture department. It was so ironic and honestly kind of disappointing, which just kind of gave off a vibe that the university doesn't give a shit about us. And also, like, in my old university, the architecture department was in the Faculty of the Arts, which, like, as I said, they really did take it as such, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I do believe that architecture needs to be in the engineering department. At least the architecture that I want to do. Because, like, architecture really does require a lot of thinking. God. A lot of thinking. And it's not just drawing a pretty building that would look good in a city. It's really a lot more than that. Oh, God. Milk? There we go. And what is that? Oh, there we go. Okay, last one. Come on. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, knife, green thing, cookie. Where's the cookie? There we go. Ooh. Almost. Barely. And to be honest, I do kind of feel like, surprisingly, I didn't think I was so passionate about it, because it's not like it was my dream to be an architect when I was a child. It was kind of something that was the default choice, I guess you could say. And what I mean by that is that when I graduated high school and I wanted to go to university, my family is not rich. So wear clothing that matches the holiday to boost your... Okay, whatever. So I wanted to get a scholarship, and I looked at what kind of degrees and majors the scholarship I can get a scholarship in, and basically out of the list that I had that I could apply for, I only had like 2 or 3 actual options that I would have liked to study, which one of which was obviously architecture. The other 2 were English major, but specifically with English I had 2 kind of problems with it. One of which also, like, it was always in the back of my head whenever I thought, because like I always loved studying languages, and English specifically, I really do love the language. So I was always intrigued by the idea of studying English and like being an interpreter, or just working in anything related to that, like translating books and stuff like that. But at the back of my mind, I was always kind of scared of technology, which I'm still not sure if it's really something to be scared of or not. But since we do have a lot of apps and websites to just translate stuff these days, it would start to get a lot better, like better and better as time progresses. And I was always scared that if I will actually pursue this kind of career, I would eventually get stuck without a job in like, I don't know, 10 to 20 years. So I didn't really like that idea. But also at the same time, in that scholarship specifically, they only gave this like English major scholarship to one person a year. So my chances weren't great in the first place. And then the other major that I was kind of interested in was like veterinary, being a vet, yeah. Because like I've always loved dogs and I always wanted to have kind of a job involving animals. But the problem with that is that I didn't study biology in high school and I fucking hate biology. Like I despise it. Both biology and chemistry I fucking despise. Physics is the only normal one out of the three that I actually love and can endure and enjoy. But also at the same time, the more I thought about it, the more I realized that mentally, I won't be able to actually be a vet because I'm so emotionally attached to animals. Seeing dogs just suffer a little bit, I would just start to cry and I won't be able to do anything. So I'm not able, like I'm physically and mentally not able to do this kind of job. I mean, I still applied for it because, I mean, what can I lose, right? I can always try. It can always get better and overcome my traumas and stuff like that. But at the end, out of those three, I got the scholarship for the architecture. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, it really does fit me. My art teacher, I took personal private lessons, that's the one. I took private lessons of drawing and painting since I was like 10 years old. And my teacher also had an architecture degree. And when I started to talk to her about like what I wanted to do when I finished high school, she told me that from knowing me, architecture would fit me. And it did fit me. It does fit me. I do love it. So props to her for actually knowing me and understanding me and suggesting me this idea in the first place. So even though it wasn't really my original plan, I did come to love it a lot and I care about it and I have like dreams and actually things that I want to achieve both privately in my life and like globally, I guess you could say. Actually, one of the documents or like one of the things I need to prepare when I apply for university here is a cover letter, I think it's called in English, I don't know. But basically, like, I just write in that letter why I want to study this, what do I need, like, what are my dreams and goals and stuff like that, why do I choose this specific university, you know, all of that stuff. And I wrote like a draft yesterday uh, in my native language, you know, just to have a better flow as a draft, so I don't get stuck every time. And I just wrote way too much, because like at one point I started to write and talk about really my dreams and what I want to achieve and all of that, and it's just because it's so important to me, I really just started to write way too much, and I really need to edit it down. But at the same time, I was so happy that I actually found something that I want to do, and that I don't regret my choices. Because like at the end of the day, I'm 22 now? And a lot of people either don't know at all what they want to do until they're 25, or they start to do something right after high school and then a few years later they regret it because it wasn't actually fitting them. Like, our brain stops developing only at around age 25. And until then, we can change so much stuff about us and the things we want to do. And even now, like 4 years after I graduated high school, I still want to do this idea, and I still have things that I want to achieve. It's just relaxing in a way, comforting, puts my mind at ease, that's the one. It puts my mind at ease that I'm actually probably doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's good. That's really good. But I do need to edit the cover letter down a lot. Like, I pretty much, even after the translation to Japanese, I think I wrote at least twice the amount that I'm supposed to write. So that's going to be interesting to see how I'm going to edit this down. Because like I read it again, and I even like showed it to my friend. And I think there's at least like one passage. Is passage the right word? I don't know. But like at least one part that I can probably, oh god damn it, get rid of and like edit it down and stuff like that. I just need to actually sit on it and do that. But yeah. Okay. Okay, not bad, not bad. Thank you, Kingsley. Okay, this one's Oats and City. Medium. My winter vacation also finished. Oh god, English. I forgot how to speak in languages. My god. Finished? No, that's not. Ended, that's the one. Winter vacation ended yesterday, and today we went to school once again. How fun, how great. I'm saying that in a sarcastic tone, but I'm actually really happy. I love going to school. I love studying, what can I say? I'm a fucking nerd, sue me. But I advanced to the next class, which is, well, advanced level 1 basically. Like, classes are divided into absolute beginner, intermediate, advanced, and then like, I don't know, super advanced, I don't remember. And when I started, I was intermediate 1, and then intermediate 2, and now I'm advanced 1. And it's so much different than intermediate classes. Like, there's so much more, and it's such a higher level. I got a little bit intimidated today. It is very much giving a vibe of like, you can't slack off, you know, those classes that you go to the first class and you immediately realize, oh shit, I cannot slack off in this class. I need to actually pay attention and actually study and actually put in effort. So that's going to be fun. I mean, to be honest, this semester I'm not supposed to be too busy outside of school, because like both last semester and the previous 2 semesters I was very busy with studying for the university exam. So last semester especially, I barely, like, I did what the bare minimum that I needed to do, but not more than that. And this time I cannot allow myself to do that. Yay! Petterona! But also, if I don't get accepted to university, I would have to study for the exam again. So that's going to be interesting. Home run. Oh, it's okay. Let's see. Oh, yep, okay. Oh, okay. God damn it. What? Oh, come on! I was so good at it last time. What was foul? What? Okay, thank you. Jesus Christ. Okay, I was looking at the wrong line on the ground. Like, I was looking where the shadow hits a certain line, and I just looked at the wrong one. Okay, good to know. I'll know that for next time. Good. A very nice. Franco. Oh, there. Witch's brew? How is that appetizing in any shape, way, or form? Witch's brew. I kind of want to talk about like my dreams in architecture, but at the same time it feels so personal. Like, I try not to speak of it as much as I can, because I tend to have a tendency of jinxing myself whenever I speak of things that I want or I'm going to do. A lot of times whenever I for example, I plan to do something risky, let's say a bungee jump. I'm planning to go bungee jumping. And in the process, before I go, I tell everyone. I tell my mom, I tell my friends, I don't know, post about it on Instagram or whatever. I'm telling everyone that I'm going to bungee jump. Whenever that happens and I tell people what I'm going to do, what I plan to do, in the end, I either chicken out or just something happens where it doesn't happen. It just doesn't. But I mean, more likely than not, it really is just me sabotaging myself somehow. Or it's like I'm building expectations. Like in my head, the way that my brain works, probably, right? I'm analyzing I'm analyzing this right now together with you live. But I feel like maybe whenever I do that in my head, if I tell people that I'm going to do that, I'm building expectations in their head of what they expect of me. And then when people expect of me stuff, I'm so scared of letting them down. And what's the word? And not holding up to the expectations, that I would much rather just give up before I even try than be a disappointment later on. So when that happens, I just subconsciously try my hardest to avoid the thing that I talked about. Yeah, I think that makes sense. With the way my brain works, it totally makes sense. It's sad and annoying, but yeah, just something to overcome, I guess. One day. That being said, on a completely unrelated note, the best thing that happened on my trip is that it snowed. And I was so happy. It was so fun. I love snow so much. It's like, it really is. I'm pretty sure I said this before, but like, before I came to Japan, I wanted to live in Sendai, and one of the main reasons was because it's more north. It's a colder climate, and I really wanted to live in that kind of climate where it snows in winter, because I fucking love snow. I love it so much. And I barely seen snow in my life, and I really just want to experience that and live in that. And like on the first day, when I was going there by train, which took, by the way, 7 hours each way to go, like 2 trains. The first train is 2.5 hours, and then I have like a connection of an hour between, which was my fault. I'll admit, like my anxiety told me that I have to take at least an hour between trains just to make sure that I don't miss anything. But then another 3 hours to get to the actual city. But when I waited for the train, I sat next to an elderly couple, and the grandma started to talk to me, and she was so cute, she was so nice. And she said that she heard it's supposed to snow in that city. And I was kind of skeptical because, I mean, I did look a bit at the weather. And I don't know, for me, like, this time of year doesn't... It doesn't supposed to snow right now in most places. Maybe. So I just assumed that it would be in the mountains around the city, but not necessarily in the city itself. Because the city is surrounded by mountains, like, everywhere you look. So I just assumed the snow would be there. But then, on the first day, in the evening, it started to snow, and I was so shocked. But it was a very light snow, so I just assumed it's going to be the kind of snow that, yeah, it falls, but it doesn't pile up on the ground. And I mean, I did stay up for a few hours, just making sure, just looking out of the window of the hotel room, just looking if it does start to pile, and it didn't. So I just kind of accepted the fate of it being just snowing, just falling, and I enjoyed that too. But then the next day, I wake up, and did I forget to put the caramel? I think I did. Oh well. I wake up and I look out the window and everything is white, and it was so beautiful. Oh my god, it was absolutely gorgeous. But also, like, my hotel was right in front of the train station, which had kind of like a little park and a lot of trees, and it was so gorgeous. Oh my god, that was amazing. That was such a good morning to wake up, and I was squealing and jumping like a little child. But it was so fun. And it really was gorgeous. And that day I even had a plan to go to a shrine, like the most famous shrine in the city. But also because it was snowing and I only brought with me a pair of just regular sneakers. 63, what did I do wrong? Oh, I forgot the caramel, right. A walk that was supposed to be, like, I don't know, half an hour. I'm pretty sure it took me almost an entire hour to do because I was so scared of sleeping, but also at the same time I was so mesmerized by how everything looked that I just stopped almost every intersection or every like block or so to take pictures and look at everything. But after I arrived, I noticed that I forgot to bring cash with me. And if you know anything about Japan, a lot of places still only accept cash. And I wanted to buy like a charm and like the fortune telling thing, but they only accepted cash, so I just was sad. And I asked one of the guards there if there is an ATM nearby, but he said no, like only if you go to a konbini, which is 10 minutes away, which means with the snow it's probably like 20 minutes away, and then I need to go back, so it's probably gonna take an hour just to go and get some cash. So I gave up on that idea and just accepted my fate. Okay, this is finished, and now this is finished. Okay. Cow in French. Yes. Chocolate. Right. Chocolate. I also went to a museum because it was close to the shrine. And I don't know, I mean, if I came all the way over there, might as well just do some stuff, but they really didn't have a lot of stuff compared to Osaka and obviously Tokyo and Kyoto and all of these big cities. There was really barely anything to do there. And the public transport wasn't great, to say the least. I mean, again, compared to Osaka, in Osaka I'm already very used to using the subway whenever I need to get anywhere, and it's so useful and like easy to use, and there are stations pretty much everywhere. Nope. Okay. To the point that I've also like used the bus once since I came here. And even then it wasn't really necessary. I could have used like other means of transport. But then there, like I didn't use the subway once, and whenever I looked on Google how to get somewhere, it would give me pretty much just how to get there by bus, and it means it was so much longer time-wise. Which one? This one. But also at the same time I was so tired. Like the first day, it was after I came there, after 7 hours of being on the train and waking up at 5 a.m. and I was so tired and I just didn't want to do or go anywhere. So I didn't. But then the second day, I first went to the shrine and then what did I do? I don't remember. Oh, and then I went to eat, I think. Oh, I went to the shrine, the museum, I went to eat, which also was a whole ordeal of trying to get to that place. And then going back, like I came back to the hotel at around, I don't know, 2-3 p.m. And I was so exhausted and I had walked like 14,000 steps, which is a lot for me. I know it might not be for a lot of people, but it really is a lot for me and I was so tired that the second day I also didn't want to go anywhere. Alright, the second day after I ate, I actually went to the university for a little bit, but it was like a holiday, so no one was there, so I just walked around for a bit. And then I returned to the hotel. So I was really, really exhausted. $54, god damn it. I mean, my overall impression of the city was, it really is a lot smaller than Osaka. Like, Osaka is 3 times bigger by population, but I'm pretty sure, like, by size or by area of the city, it might not be. And because of that, like, I think the area is around the same. Maybe, I didn't check, but it might be around the same. And because there is so much less people for around the same area, it just felt a lot more emptier. Like a lot more. I walked around a lot, again, because the buses weren't the best. Did I put 2? I think I did, god damn it. They weren't the best, so I walked around a lot. And most of the time the streets were just empty. Like really, really empty. And it was kind of, I don't know, scary? Just out of place. 46, god damn. No, queen! Oh, my queen hates me. Not a single star. Oh, no. God damn it. I have enough money to buy another alarm, so I think I will do that. Fashion flambe. Okay, purple, purple, orange, purple, purple and orange. Okay, purple, purple and orange, purple, purple and orange. Done. Easy. I'm usually bad at these, so we'll see how that goes later in the later stages. But yeah, so far it's easy. Okay, yellow, yellow, blue, blue. Huh? Oh, this one, and then this one, and this one. Yes, yes. No? Oh, the shoes. Oh. See, I told you, I'm bad at this. God damn it. Okay, okay. Pink. Oh, he looks great. Red. Pink and white. White and pink. Pink. Red. Pink and white. White and pink. Okay, great. Whew. Damn. Okay, so shop. I don't need the boosters. I need 3. Yes, I'll take that. And I guess I'll take another one. I have enough money to do that. How much is this one? No, I'll save for this. I'll save for it. Yep. Yep. Phantom fluff. Sounds delicious. Hell yeah. Anyway, yeah, the city just felt like super empty. I don't know if it was that I went to the wrong places or what, but again, my hotel was right in front, oh god, right in front of the main station of the city, and I walked just around that area pretty much, like I didn't venture too far, and it just felt so empty. And like usually that would be what I prefer, because I do generally like quieter places more, because I'm an introvert, so obviously, yeah. But I don't know, I feel like maybe it could be like 2 things. One is that I just got used to Osaka and just how many people are here. But also, like, I thought about it, and I think what makes more sense to me is the fact that at the end of the day, I am a foreigner in a different country, and I am alone. Like, I don't have anyone here that shares the same past as me. Like, not only where I grew up, like I'm the only one here from that place, but also like I identify as being Russian. Like, that's when people ask me, what are you? I'm telling them I'm Russian because that's the identity I feel that I can forgot the word. God damn it. Like, I feel that represents me the best. I am mixed, so it's hard to tell people in a very short sentence what I am and where I'm from, because I am very complicated in that sense. So it really is what I... Did I put the color? No, I don't think I did. I didn't. But also, there are no Russians here, pretty much. Like, even if there are Slavic people that speak Russian, they're not Russian. So it's not completely the same. And even then, like, unlike them, I'm not 100% Russian. So even then, when I do find Slavic people that, oh god, that talk in Russian, it's pretty immediately clear that it's not my first language. Oh, that looks cool. Damn. Did not expect that. It's very clear that it's not my first language, so even then, even if I find these people, it's still hard for me to actually connect with them. Which is such it's such an annoying struggle as a mixed person to try and kind of find where you belong. Because at least when you think on it from the perspective of ethnicities and, I don't know, religion and nationalities and all of that, at least in my case, I really don't have anywhere that I can actually go to and first of all feel belonged, like by myself, like look around and feel that I can like that I'm the same as the people around me, but also at the same time that those same people that are around me will accept me as their own. Like, I don't have a place like that. Which is also part of the reason, I guess, I was so... I liked the idea of going to Japan so much. Because at least here I am 100% like, technically I don't belong here. Right? I'm not Asian, I didn't receive an Asian education. Like, I got a Russian one, which is kind of similar, but it's still different. I have zero Asian in me. My religion, like, I'm not any religion. So it's also that, like, at least here when I don't feel belonged, at least it I know there is actual reason to it, so it doesn't feel as harsh or as bad, I guess. But then back to what I wanted to say is, like, because I am just alone in a foreign country, I feel like living in Osaka, which is really filled with so many people, it kind of squashes that feeling, like it makes it disappear. It doesn't make it as prevalent, because I look around and I see so many people and potential, like at the very, very least, at the very bare minimum, potential relationships that I could form just by walking in the street, by chance, you know, statistically. I have a much larger chance of not being alone. But then compared to that city where I just walked around and it just felt so empty, I feel like it emphasized the fact that like it emphasized that loneliness that you feel as a foreigner in a foreign country. And more specifically in my case, because you can't really compare my case to, I don't know, people that come from Vietnam or China, because they are just a lot. There's so many of them here, so I don't think they would necessarily feel alone too much, or at least not in the same way that I do. Because they, for example, also, there are a lot of restaurants or stores and places like that that cater to those people and their culture. So yeah, overall I'm feeling very conflicted over going there. Also the fact that I went, like one time I went to a company and I saw a poster for a part-time job there, and the pay is like, it was more than 100 yen less than what I get now for an hour, which is kind of a lot, especially considering that I looked at apartments online and the rent here in Osaka and there is pretty much the same. So it just doesn't make sense that the rent is pretty much the same, but the minimum wage is 100 yen less, which is like how much is that in US dollars? I don't know. How much would that be? I don't know, like 70-80 cents for an hour. That is quite a difference, I would, in my opinion. Again, especially considering that the rent and groceries are all the same. But also it's like, the only reason I am applying there is because it's just my last chance this year to go to university. So if I would get in, then great. If not, then no. Like, not too bad. But I also kind of started to think, like, do I really want to try and apply there at all? Like, is that really worth it? Because it's one thing to go there on a few days trip and just being kind of okay, but it's a whole nother thing to live there for 4 years for university. Like 4 years, that's a lot. And those are going to be like, quote unquote, the best year of my life. They're the same? Oh, they're the same, okay. So I really don't know. Like, I guess I'll try. Because, like, I did kind of get the snow as a sign from the universe, because I really didn't plan to go there when it was snowing. It was just really a coincidence. And I do at least kind of believe in signs from the universe when stuff happens. And it's not like the university is really bad. Like, that's the thing. Nothing was... The impression that I got from both the university and the city, it wasn't strong either way. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't really bad, but it was also like, it wasn't really, really good. It was just fine. Both ways. And I don't know if that's a good enough reason for me to go somewhere for university and spend there 4 years of my life. But I mean, like, also, who knows? Maybe I'll go there eventually and I just realize that it's the best city and it fits me perfectly and the nature is beautiful and you can go ski in winter 5 minutes from the city and everything's just great. Who knows? Maybe it will happen. But yeah, the bare minimum, I want to at least try and apply. Also, some of it is, honestly, not gonna lie, my social anxiety just kind of screams at me over the fact that I just troubled my teacher at school a bit too much, because like at the beginning I told him, oh, that I want to apply for 3 universities, but then a few days later I sent him an email that no, I just want to apply for 1, and I think he kind of started to apply for the other ones, so we had to cancel that, and it was like, my soul was crushed. Like God, I hate it so much. So I don't want to bother him too much. Again, like telling him that I'm not sure if I want to, or like it's also not a good impression to be this undecidable? No, that's not. Undeciding? Is that how you say that? Oh god. Oh goodness, I don't know. But you get what I mean. The fact that I can't make a decision, it's not a good impression too. Not that I really have a need to impress him, like he's only a teacher at my language school. But still, like, in general, I don't know. Like, in any way, I already submitted the form to extend my period at the school for another year. So worst case scenario, even if I will get accepted and I just decide eventually that for some reason I don't want to go there and I would rather stay another year here, I can just not go. I can just stay. But I mean, at least I tried. At least I gave myself the option to go. But yeah, we'll see what life has to offer. Who knows, maybe I'll become YouTube famous and I won't even need to think about all of that. That's not gonna happen. Like, I appreciate the comments that I get sometimes. Like, I got a few comments of people like telling, oh, I can't wait until you're famous, and I appreciate that, but I honestly doubt that it's gonna happen. Like, if I'll get... The thing that YouTube is for me, at least now, is that it's, first of all, an excuse for me to actually sit down and play games, because without that, I feel like I can't allow myself to do that. I don't know, it's kind of weird. So first of all, it's just an excuse. 30%, god damn. Sorry, Bertha, I tried. Oh god. But yeah, it's an excuse for me to actually sit down and relax and play and, I don't know, talk to myself and just relieve stress, I guess. At the same time, if I could get some extra cash from the ads, that would be great. I can use that cash to buy more games or eventually upgrade my PC. Or like, well, I guess upgrade is not the right word because I don't have a PC. But still, wait, do I? Anyway, I don't look at YouTube as a career. At least not right now. I mean, who knows? You can never know what's gonna happen in the future, but I really don't see I don't see myself getting famous enough to just rely completely on YouTube for the rest of my life. Like, I appreciate the sentiment of you believing in me. I really do appreciate it. But at the same time, my self-confidence is not great. Just the fact that I have those at least few viewers that also comment on pretty much like almost every video, just that feels very good as it is. So thank you. And yeah, that's going to be it. Which is too bad, because if I would do another day, I would get paid. I don't know what to do with that money, I'm not gonna lie. But I still don't have specials. I tried, I'm really trying my best, but I don't get them. God damn it. Anyway, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, comment something, do whatever you want. Thank you again for listening to my rant. I'm glad you like to hear my stories and things about my life. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.